Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything. Channel likes try anything so you don't have to. Now, as you can see from the screen behind me here, I'm asking a question of a recent purchase that I have made on eBay of a Casio F-94W. Is it fake or is it real? Now, I'm kind of putting it out to my audience because the reason being is that I buy a lot of watches off eBay, and I mean a lot. I get a few comments asking, do I have any tips for buying watches off eBay? And the reason why I haven't put out like an eBay buying tips guide or anything like that is that I do get caught out as much as anyone else, and I have bought a lot of watches off eBay. And the reason why I say that, I've bought, and it is been cannibalized, the Casio F-94W. I bought it years ago before I got into the hobby of collecting them. And I bought these for my sons, and it was like I paid about £5 or £6 for it, and they were fake. Now the reason why, I mean, it's only lasted a year. It was, the time was way out of sync compared to other genuine Casios I've got, and obviously the F-91W that I did buy and review. But a lot of people out there spotted that it was fake, and fair play to them for saying, because I genuinely didn't realise at the time. But the reason why it's like this is because I've taken the straps off, put it on another watch and stuff, so I've got some value out of it, but I have got caught out, and I do feel I've got caught out again with the F-94W. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to look a bit closer at this watch, and I'm going to just highlight why I think this may be a fake, and then you decide really for me. As I say, my gut feeling with handling all sorts of Casios, doing tutorials on them, I mean, it's all on the channel. It does operate and feel in a different way to normal Casios. Now, I'll say that the main lesson that it has taught me is that if these watches are available and they are affordable, I'm going to end up buying them brand new in future. And the more vintage stuff, I'm going to tend to buy them off eBay. But it's just a shame really if it is a fake. Now the only reason why, I mean, I've asked this question myself, and I've found out that the main reason why Casio, or there tends to be some Casio fakes out there, especially with the affordable one, shall we say, which is the Casio F-91W and the like, is that Casio sell millions of them per year. And if people who are producing fakes can get a portion of that market, then obviously they're making money for selling real cheap knockoffs, to be honest. So that's probably why there is a fake amount of Casios out there, and it is a shame because Casio is such a great watchmaker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to look a bit closer, and I'll show you why I think this might be a fake. So here it is more in depth, the F-94W, and it has got a module number on the back. I'll just quickly turn it around, of 1071. Now I'm wondering if you can help me in saying whether it's a fake or not. Now the first things that made me think it was fake when it turned up would be the strap, or the quality of the strap. Now there's a lot of wiggle room in these straps on this watch. Now I'm going to just show you just both sides where it just seems to be a lot of maneuverability on this strap in comparison to, I'm going to put it down for a sec and show you an authentic F-91W, which, while there is a little bit of room, there's nowhere near the tolerance that the other watch is showing in terms of how these straps are affixed. And this is a watch I bought from Argos here in the UK, so to me this is as authentic as you can get it. So yeah. But the other thing as well with the straps is the finish and the material used. Normally with that, like that Casio F91 I've shown you earlier, it's quite malleable, it's nice and soft. This one, just, it's so inflexible, it's just, it feels like it's dry really. And the same here, and I would imagine this watch has been worn by someone, so they may have been caught out themselves without realizing that it may be a fake. And it's just so inflexible, it's unreal. The other thing as well, it's just some of the finish on the strap. I mean, you can see the strap retainer where it's got this coming out of the actual strap retainer. Casio would never release a watch like that. And also you can see here, it's just like a manufacturing defect. So just really strange how that is the case. And also obviously the Casio logo, even though it is emblazoned on there, I'll show you what I mean against the F-91W. Again, you've got Casio there written really clearly, and obviously you don't see any of them things poking out the strap nor the strap retainer, and it is nice and soft, whereas this is, it doesn't feel brittle, it just feels quite well, rough really. So that's the first indication when it turned up. I thought, is it a fake? The other one is the printed decals. So when you look a bit closer at the watch, and I'll try not to move the watch too much, it's just, I mean, these are underneath the glass that you can see here, and they're just so badly printed, it's just unreal. And the other thing as well, if you look at, I'll move this over to the left and I'll just show you what would be a retail photograph of the watch. You can see here, I mean, my God, that doesn't even follow what would be the circular circumference or the perimeter of the circle. It doesn't follow it closely. It just kind of goes off on a tangent. It's just mad how different it is. But again, as I said, the quality of the printing on the decals, just terrible, really. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you think. I mean, the more and more I look at this watch closer up, the more I do think it's a bit of a fake, really. The other thing as well is the LCD, the quality of the LCD. It just seemed a bit too close to the bottom. And again, I'm obviously going to compare it to a watch that isn't the F-94W, which is the F-91. And you can see it's a little bit away from the base of the actual display itself. And it just seems to be just a bit more clearer in its look, whereas this one here, it just doesn't. It seems a bit too close to the bottom, and everything just doesn't seem right about it. So again, I just think it is possibly erring more towards fake than real. The other thing as well is what would be the vivid backlight. Now, if I just press that button there, you can see under the lights here, and I'm showing you under what would be darker situation to the right, and it is quite a vivid green, really. It's just, it really did stand out to me when I used it. I was like, my God, you know, as I was doing a video featuring this watch, it did stand out to me. Plus there is an afterglow, or what Casio would call an afterglow on their watches, where the light has a delay to it. So if I press that, this one has got a 3-second delay. Now, a lot of the Casios I have featured and done tutorials of tend to have 1.5-second delay if it does have a delay built into it. And sometimes you can choose between 1.5 and 3. And what it tends to be, like on the watches like the F-91W that I've got here, it tends to be as you press it, not a delay on there. So again, I think the module may not be authentic as well, really, which is just bonkers. The other things as well, I mean, you can do what is known as a LCD check, where you can check all the digits on the display work by pressing all the buttons together, and as you can see, it does seem to show all the digits. And if I just press that button, it does go back to the time or whatever feature you've got going on. But the other thing as well, normally if you press the right hand button on these type of watches for an extended amount of time, you do get the words Casio. Now the fake F91 I did actually buy, we'll put it the right way up, I did actually buy a while ago, did have that feature as well. But again, when I press the button here for an extended amount of time, you can see I pressed it because it's gone from 12 hours to, well, from 24 hours to 12 hours, but it doesn't show the word Casio. And I press it one more time for an extended amount of time, no. So it's not showing it. So again, that's another kind of indicator to me. It really does feel like it is a fake. And the other thing as well, when I cycle through the modes, there's no alarm sound. And one more other thing as well that makes me think it's a fake. When you activate the alarm on these, what tends to happen is that you get the alarm activated first and then the signal. But in this instance, and it happened the same on this watch here when I was looking to create a tutorial video on this, where it was the signal first and then the alarm. So if I just activate what would be the alarms, straight away it's the signal and then the alarm. Now on some videos I have watched about the F-94W, it was the alarm first and then the signal. I do think that this, even more and more, I am thinking that it is a fake watch. So there you go. What do you think about the watch? I mean, as I've shown you in the video, I've got certain I've highlighted. I did write a list down of what I thought was fake. I mean, from the very vivid green lights, which had a 3-second afterglow, which I don't normally see on these sort of Casios. They do tend to be just as you press the button, really. So I don't know if that's a feature of the watch or what have you. To the actual LCD display, the stiffness of the strap as well, it just made me think that. And also the alarm signal as well, it just didn't operate how Casios normally operate, where they tend to, when you press the bottom right hand button, they tend to activate the alarm and then the signal and then turn both of them off. You do tend to, if you've handled a lot of Casios and produced tutorial videos, you tend to get a feeling for how these watches are, you know, how the LCD modules work, etc. So yeah, I do think it is, but I'll just see what you think, really. Obviously I'm going to eventually get a new proper F-94W because I do like the look of it. I think it's a great looking watch overall. And then I'll compare the two, and I'll do another little, but I'll probably try and make it a quicker video just to show the comparison between the two, and hopefully help you guys if you are buying a watch off eBay, just to look out for them things. So again, I hope this video was of some use to you, and if it was, then please click on the thumbs up icon. It always helps the channel. If you want to see more videos from the We Try Anything channel, and hopefully not buying fake watch videos, then please click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.